right. Welcome, Mr. Tango. So my name is Miss Rakeeda. I am a child therapist at Arundellodge, Marcus Youth and Family Center. So I feel like I have a pretty cool job. I work with kids that have problems that affect how they act, how they feel, or even how they learn. So in therapy, we don't just talk about the problem. We actually play and learn how to manage our problems, okay? So I guess the best way to explain therapy is that we'll be working together as a team to be able to cope better, communicate better, but also to feel better overall. So, Mr. Tango, you're here today because you haven't been feeling too happy, right? Yeah, and there's a lot going on right now with the coronavirus that is affecting how we normally live life. So, right now, we can't go to school, some of us can't go to work, we can't play with our friends, and we can't go to fun places like the park, right? So, when we can't do these fun things, we start to feel sad, we start to feel a little anxious. Sometimes we may even feel angry, right? And sometimes we might feel worried. Mr. Tango, you looked down when I said worry. Yeah. So I'm thinking you probably feel a little worried, huh? Yeah. Well, guess what? Today is the perfect day to talk about worries because this week is National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. And what better way to share some awareness by reading a story about worries? So I had the opportunity to talk to an author of a book, and that's the book that I feel like we're going to read today. So the book we'll be reading today is called Ruby Finds a Worry by Tom Percival. So guys, stay tuned as we read this book to learn how to manage worries, okay? All right, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. Hi guys, so I have the story up, Ruby Finds a Worry by Tom Percival. And before we get started with the reading, I like to do some deep breathing just to kind of calm myself down so we can better prepare for the story. Okay. I seen you, Mr. Tango. All right, so first we're going to breathe in through our nose like we're smelling a flower. So we're going to breathe in. We're going to hold for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to blow out through our mouth. Good job. We're going to do it 2 more times. You're doing a great job. In through our nose. Good. 1, 2, 3, and blow. Good job. Our last one. All right, Mr. Tango, we're breathing in through our nose. Then I want you to blow as hard as you can and see if we can throw this flower. All right? Again, in through our nose. Hold. 1, 2, 3, and blow. You did it. All right. Awesome job. All right. We are ready for this story. Ruby Finds a Worry by Tom Percival. Ruby looks happy. Ruby loved being Ruby. She loved to swing up high. Oh, wow. She looks like she's happy. She's smiling. And she loved to explore wild, faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of the garden. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day. She discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry. Oh, she looks like she's curious and a little worried herself. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. She's eating some ice cream. That looks good. I wonder if it's strawberry or bubblegum flavor. I don't know. But then the worry started to grow. Ooh, she doesn't look too happy. Each day, it got a little bit bigger. She can't even focus on the story because the worry's starting to get bigger. It just wouldn't leave her alone. It was there at breakfast staring at her over the cereal box. Awkward. And it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. She doesn't look too happy, Mr. Tango. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. Oh, poor Ruby. She's not even drawing like the rest of her classmates. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. So earlier in the story of Mr. Tango, it showed Ruby on the swing, happy, going high. Now she's on the swing, barely moving, and the worry is really big. She also looks a little sad. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you can ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Now the worry was enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time. It filled up half of the school bus. Yikes. And it took up the whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. Wow, that's a big worry. So in this picture, you can see that everyone's focused on the movie except for Ruby. And the funny thing that I like about this page, there's a cat on the front row. That's pretty funny. All right, let's continue with the story. Then, one day, something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone at the park. He looked how she felt. Sad. And then she noticed something else. Something hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? It was. Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. Other people had them too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and as he told her, the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink. That's pretty cool. Then Ruby did the best thing you can do if you ever have a worry. She talked about it. As the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon, both of their worries were gone. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, they never hung around for long. What a good story, Mr. Tango. There's a little part in the back of the story that I want to read to you as well, okay? All right, it says, Dear readers, this is a book about a girl who can't get rid of a worry. Everyone worries about things from time to time, and it can be hard to stop. Even though we can't see our worries like Ruby can, they're there with us. Ignoring them can sometimes make things worse. So here are a few questions to ask yourself when you think you have a worry that's stuck to you. So, Mr. Tango, the first question is, what am I feeling? Sad, angry, anxious, or all three of them? Mr. Tango, how are you feeling?
I feel worried.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. Next question. What could be causing me to feel this way? What is causing you to feel this way?
I can't see my friends. My mommy is sad.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. So I hear that you can't see your friends and you see that mommy's been sad lately. Yeah. And then the next one says, who can I talk to about it? So who can you talk to about it?
You?
Yes. Mr. Tango, you can talk to me about it. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing every little thing with me, we can always draw about it, or we can have some play and role play and figure it all out together, okay? I'm so happy that you sat here and read this story with me. so happy that we practice deep breathing, and I'm hoping that the more you come in here, the better you'll feel overall. How does that sound? That's awesome. Take care. Bye. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. As you've seen earlier in the video, Mr. Tango had some difficulties expressing how he was feeling. So we read a story called Ruby Finds a Worry. And also, as mentioned, this week is a big week because it's National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. And I thought the best way to shine some awareness is by talking about strong feelings that children may have and how it can lead to changes in behavior, a loss of interest in preferred activities, and even depressed moods. With that being said, I wanted to share one important fact with you. 1 in 5 children and adolescents may have a mental health condition at any given time. It is important to remember that a child's mental health is just as important as their physical health. If you have a child that has difficulties managing their emotions, behaviors, and moods, and you would like to know more about the services we provide, please visit our website at www.arundellodge.org or call 443-433-5900. And the last thing I wanted to share with you guys. So the author of Ruby Finds a Worry, Tom Percival, has just launched a free book series on YouTube called The Dream Team. It's a new series about magical characters who help children that are having challenging emotions in their daily lives. So please click the link below and learn more about this. I hope everyone enjoyed this video and thank you for your time.